Okay, everybody, welcome to yet another stream. It's been a while and we have not released any video or streamed. So, today we're going to be working on a project management system, right? So, these are the prompts I've used, and you can actually go through it. And yeah, I'm going to be building this. We're just going to be casually strolling in, doing some certain things, vibing, and trying to see how we're going to build this out. And I actually put up some prompts from ChatGPT. Hopefully, um, it does us good. And if it doesn't do us good, we will just be chilling and vibing with whatever we can do and try to fix things. So it has two sides, which is the client side and the admin side. So we'll be, I think we will be starting with the admin because the admin has a lot, right? Or we can actually focus on the client. What does the client see? Right? And depending on what the client see, that is probably what the admin should work on, right? So, to log in, it's not that difficult. I think it's created because it's using something like Firebase. So I may remove all this, right, at the end of the day when we are done building. So it all depends, right? So let me write on the chat free, no, feel feel free to ask any questions. Okay, I should have connected to my IG people, but let this slide. Just do YouTube today. If there's any need for my IG guys to join, they will join from here. So feel free to ask any question on app and web developments. Okay, I'm just putting that in the chat. So we're just going to put that in the chat, development, and let me paste this just in case someone, let me just pin this. So now we're going to be building this, and this is Figma, and as you can see right now, we have the admin, and this is live. We can actually use this. So say for example now I want to log into the admin, I can easily sign up. So this is what we have so far, right? This is from the clients, this is from the admin. If I sign out and I click on clients and I sign in, is what the client has. But I feel we can change things. I feel there are some things that we can at this and make and spice it more. I feel we can do a lot on this. So, where should we start from? Based on our last prompts, I think our last prompts, I was trying to figure out some certain things. Let me come down here. I think yes, it was fixing some things, right? So it was trying to fix some certain things. So I think we would start from the client side. Let's optimize the client side. So let's log in as a client. So as a client, when this is more like something for a web development, or let's just say any client, but specifically I'm building this for a web and app development agency. So now as a client, when you come here, would you want to be seeing your projects, or do you want to be saying so many other things that are here, right? So I feel you can we can have more to this, right? So we can have so if they click here, this is what they see. So I feel we can change this up, and let's see. So on the client's page, I want us to have a sub menu. So on the sub menu, we would have something like projects, we'll have something like projects, then hmm, or yeah, I think we would have projects because I'm not seeing anything. Let's see if we have project and tax management stages. Okay, so project tracking. So let's see. I think we can have something like so on the client side, let's have like on the client side, let's have like four different projects on different stage of development on different no I'll correct the spellings of development. Let's see what this would give us. So with that, because when we are seeing more than one project, we'll be able to know what's up on different stage. Okay, so on the client side, let's have like three different projects. Let's have like four different projects. On the client side, let's have like four different projects on different stage of the development. So now let's click on this and let it think for us. So this is the code. This is where it's going to be doing its thing. And as it's doing its thing, it's going to be loading. So I would update the client dashboard to show four different projects at various stage of development. This would create a more realistic client experience with projects in planning, development, pending, and complete stage, right? I would also enhance the mock data to improve. Okay, so I think this is going to be okay. So it's going to be doing its thing here. So it's building its thing here. Let's close this. Okay. So once it does that, would have this feel to like, what the app might, look like. Okay. So it's building its own thing, doing its own thing. So once it's done building its own thing, we are going to see what it's going to give us at the end of the day. Okay, it has seriously improved the dashboard. So on the client side, we now have total projects. So it has actually expanded it more, right? So we now have all projects. So we can see all the projects. We can see all the projects. So it just worked on all the projects. So we can see pending, we can see completed. Okay, currently it's only showing one project. I'll tell it to show more. It's the client side is showing only one project. It's only showing one project. Add three more, like one app, one branding, one branding. Let's just say one website, and the last one we can do one branding, one website. Which other projects can we? One branding, one app, one website, and one marketing. Let's see, let's hit it and see what it can do for us. So it's gonna okay, so we can see its reasoning here, right? So it's to say, okay, so I need to fix this issue with only one project is showing on the client side and add four diverse projects, one app, one branding, one website, and you guys can, see it. So yeah. Okay, so I'll just be chilling here and we would just be waiting for it to do its own thing. Just waiting for it to do its own thing. Okay, so as it's going, okay, I think we just had only four persons come in, right? So let's see how it goes. So as it's doing its own thing here, this is the code area. So you can see what we are doing on the left hand side here. So I think it's almost rounding up. Okay, so it's doing its own thing, and let's see what it would come off at the end of the day. And this one that is doing a lot of updates. I just hope it is not going to do overhaul a lot of things, because I'm still going to have to check the admin if um it is also affecting anything on the admin side, right? So we have to make sure that the admin too is also affected. So as it's doing it on the client side, the admin is going to be affected, so that whatever changes we are doing is going to also affect the admin as well, in as much as we are building on the client side. Okay, I think it's done building. Let's see what it did. Okay, it has an error, so let's just it's fixing it for us. So it's fixing it for us. Okay, so this is our former preview. Okay, the preview even like went out because I think the error was kind of large. So normally this is what we are going to see. So this is our old. So this is even going off, right? Because of it doesn't have anything here. Okay, it's still making the error. I don't know where the error is coming in from, but I feel there's an error somewhere. Oh, I see. There are a lot of duplicate stuff. right? Probably maybe that's where the error is coming from. There's a lot. I think we're going to make this project accordion, right? So we're going to make this project in accordion where we can drop them down and some things. So let's see what it gives to us, right? Let's see what it gives to us. That's what it gives to us. So from this place, there are lots of errors that I'm seeing. So imagine this was for project digital marketing campaign. We are currently in marketing, okay, market analysis, strategy development. Then this is complete brand strategy, fitness app. So it gave us 4 projects, which is good, but there are some kind of inconsistency with the dashboard. So I feel, let's see if this is what's going to, one is in progress, one is pending, one is created, one is, to me, if this could even build it, you imagine you have this and you are actually using this in-house without, and it's working well for you, right? In-house, you're not publicly using it and your client can easily log in, see their project. Okay, so let me see. um oh, I see what it did. It's made website app. Oh, okay. The clients doesn't need to have an overview. These need to be removed. Okay, so now we can log in to see what it did. Oh, I love that. I don't know if you guys saw that. Let me log in again. I like that preloader. That preloader is sweet. Oh my jeez. Okay. I think maybe if the system has load for a very long time, the preloader is going to show. So let's, look at this and see if there's anything. Let's just calm down to look at it and see if there's anything for us to change. Okay, so as we can see, I'm going to tell it to remove this. We don't need this. So first, before I say we don't need this, I would tell it, okay, let it, I think it still has issues, but as it's fixing those issues, I'm going to, when it's done, we're going to remove that top bar and so we're going to remove that top bar. I don't like it, so we're going to remove it and change it. So as it's doing its preview, let us calm down to look at things that we might want to remove, change, though we still have a lot of things like client signing, that's client profile, you know, here. So we should be, clients should be able to, look at its settings, log out, that kind of thingy. It gets. So I don't know if how responsive this is. I've not really checked it. Okay, it may not be strongly. Oh, okay, not too bad. It's not shabby. It's actually good. It's actually good looking, no, mobile wise, right? Except we make sure this line, mobile wise, this is great. This doesn't look too bad. Let's see if it's done. Okay, it's not done yet. So I like to be on this page so that in case of it needs to load, because I used to feel like when I leave this page, it does not do its thing, that kind of thing. But I might think otherwise. So yeah, let's just be on this page and see what it's doing for us. Yeah. Then so it gave us start date, deadline, 30 days due, website, stage marketing analysis. Okay, I think when it's doing this, when it's blurring out, it means it wants to show us something, right? Okay, it will still keep doing this. I love the preloader that it's making use of. It's actually nice. Okay, so now before I tell it to remove this, okay, I think this is going to be the simplest first to fix. So let's fix this. Okay, no, before we do that, let's tell it to whatever is done on the client side should be updated on the admin. Whatever is done on the client. Let's see, before we even do that, let's see if it does that by itself. Let's see, let's log out and let's go to admin. Oh, okay. Clients one. Let's see projects. All projects. Okay, all projects. Oh, good, good, good. I think it's updating it. So let's not tell it anything yet. So as I said, let's finish the client side. So let's not do anything for projects. So now this project has to be under a client, right? So that's why I want us to build the client side before going out to the admin, because based on what we have on the client, the admin might change. You get. So first of all, we don't need this section. Let's crop this out. So let's clean this and let's paste it. Remove this section, remove this section, not needed, not needed. Yeah, for now, let's just put for now. Maybe it may hide it or something. So let's see if it even responds to images, because we didn't tag it. Because I can actually tag a section, I can point and say remove this, adjust this, but when it's a full section, I can't select more than one item. I don't know, I've not tried, but we are going to see if that works. So let's see what it's going to do. Fingers crossed. Let's see. I need to remove the project type breakdown section from the client dashboard that shows the count of websites. Good. And that means it understands. Okay. Let's see where this is going. Okay, so it's doing its thing, and if you want to, like, if you are someone that wants to see the code or anything, you can actually preview it from here and see how it does this thing. So if you have a cup of tea or juice, whatever you can use to while away your time when it's loading, you can, use it to while away your time. So yeah, but for me, as it's doing that, I'm just, writing down things. I think we might need a note to write out things that we need, right? So I think we need something like accordion so that we wouldn't forget accordion. I don't know if that's how it's spelled. Sorry if I'm not spelling it correctly. Don't worry, you see what I mean by accordion. Um, the we'll need settings page. So we'll need settings page, and apart from settings page, we will need some other things like a drop down. We need a drop down on. I think if you've not built an app, I think there might be a problem here, because if you don't know what to even build, that's another problem on its own, because of I have the experience of building an app, so I know what is missing. Right? So I think that's another thing we have to put into consideration. So it is also very, very important, because we need to even know what is missing and what's not missing, right? So now I think drop down on client's profile. Client's profile. I want to write this so that I don't forget. Okay, good. Good. It has removed this. This is wonderful. Right. So now can we make the projects into accordions? Can we make the projects accordions so that anytime, so they don't just open fully? Okay. So what if we have more than one marketing projects? Hmm. What if we have more than one marketing project? How is that going to look like? Because we have to think about that. So we can have one client might have um more than one client, let's say more than one marketing campaign at the same time. So how do we do that? That's very, very important. So hmm, if we are going to have that, we have to think smart about it. So do we, let me just give me a few seconds. Let me think this. Or let it think. It is an AI, right? What happens? What happens? Let's see. Let's give the AI the free will to think for us. What happens if we have more than one um project type, more than one project type? So I'm going to put e.g. for example, or let me just put for example, the client has two ongoing. Okay. Hmm. Two ongoing website gigs. So, do we differentiate it per project? Should we classify? So, I think that is not even so. I think project type. Let me put this in category, that is digital marketing. Sorry, I know that my spellings are currently off the charts right now, because I'm trying to think marketing at the same time, type it is digital marketing. So we have to be specific, because if we're not specific, this guy branding, web, and app. Okay, so for example, the client has two ongoing projects, two website gig. So I think each project type should be under a particular project. Each project type should be under a particular project. So, for example, the client is working on a wedding website and branding etc. So let's do that. So I need to bring out my thoughts process out, right? Branding. So we have a lot going on. I'm going to recap everything. So what happens if we have more than one project type? That is more than one project type going on. So, for example, the client has two ongoing website gigs. So, I think each project type should be under a particular project, right? So, for example, the client is working on a um, sorry, wedding website branding, etc. Okay, so let's see if it thinks like the way I'm thinking. Let me just put a rough sketch. This is another way of testing if it's actually do it, if it can think far beyond or think the way I'm thinking, right? So it's thinking. Let's see if it's thinking like the way I'm thinking. Reasoning. The user is asking about okay. Okay, so let's see my thinking process. Urges. Okay. So the user is asking about what happens when we have more than one project of the same type. They gave an example of blah blah blah. I think you are asking me to update data structure to better handle this scenario. Currently we have okay. So now let's see what it's going to do at the end of it. So you can read it. I need to update the project structure to better handle real world scenarios where a client can have multiple projects of the same type. Two website projects. And projects can encompass multiple service types, wedding projects, including both websites and wedding, better organized and display. So let's see what it can do. Right, okay, has potential to disrupt the industry. Yeah, Goswill, thanks for that feedback. Yes, AI has the potential to disrupt the whole industry. Like, this is just from prompt, right? And just this is a prompt from prompt to idea. I have not done UI, I've not done anything, and it's already giving us a lot of stuff already. It's crazy, right? What AI can do. It's really, really crazy. So Goswill, thanks for the response. So it's building its thing, and let's see what comes out of it at the end of the day. We're all watching to see if it understood me, and let's see what it can do from there, right? So yeah, it's doing its thing. It's doing its thing. Let's see. So we have two projects. Though, don't forget, we're going to still come back to accordions. We still have a lot to go, right? We're still going to do it accordion. And depending on its design, we're going to, do some other things around it. So, yeah, let's see. So, like I said, if you have coffee, if you have juice, if you're in Nigeria here drinking Hollandia, just sip on it while AI is building it. Let's act like a programmer. So you can start put this on your screen and like, hey guys, I am coding while AI is doing the job for you. You are not coding anything. So yeah, let's see what this is going to give us. Hopefully it does what I said it should do. And this helps for brainstorming. If you're brainstorming your idea and you don't even know how far, and let's just say you don't plan on pushing this out to production and you just want to show a dev your idea, like, okay, this is my idea, this is what I envision for you to develop, and this is my idea. So you don't have to um start from scratch explaining your idea to the developer, right? You can show the developer, this is my UI, this is my idea coming to life. So it's a lot. AI is going beyond, though it's not free. So if you're thinking it's free, it's under Figma's plan, right? So I think Figma use cloud AI stuff. Yeah, I think they removed it. I think maybe during their beta stage they had it before, but I don't know why they removed it. So they did remove it. So probably they've paid them off or something. They should pay them off out of their branding, right? And it would, with time, I think Figma on their own would, have their own AI. I have that feelings they would do so with time. So, but let's see how that goes. So I think it's found some errors, and good thing is when it finds error, it fixes itself. That is another cool thing with it. Imagine your AI, your Jarvis is fixing itself. Man, the future of AI is like the way Goswell said, the future of AI is crazy. Like it's seriously crazy. Your machines building and fixing itself. And ChatGPT is telling me to turn on agents. I've not gotten to what agents. I know, people are talking about agents, or I don't really know what they do, but I know agents can move, meaning they can check your files, they can amend your files, they can do things, and they can okay, let's see what it did. So restaurants. Okay, I think this is where I would now, this is where the human, listen. So now this is, I don't know what he called this. Six projects, six projects in progress. So I want to see what happens here. It has done some things, but I think it has done some a lot. It has done some errors. So this is a restaurant's website branding. Okay, let's have a flow. I'm going to tell you to have a flow, right? Let's have a flow like this, where we have the flow should be or structure. Let's have a flow or structure like this, where we have first we would have the project type, the project itself, the project. Then let's have a structure. Let's have a flow structure or page page breakdown. Sorry, my English or my spellings may not be correct because I'm trying to type out my idea out fast. So let's have a structure or breakdown like this. The project, we have the project, then we have the type. What did we call this? I think we call this the type. Let's go back and see the project. Let's put brackets so that it understands project. Let's say wedding. Project name is wedding Bisco wedding. Project name wedding. Then we would have something like the type, which we would have the type So we'll now have website. We'll now copy this. We'll copy this. So we have the project, the type, and then and the stages under each. Let's see what it's going to give us. I know this is far from this is a lot, right? So let's see what it does with this information. So I wanted to break it down because this is too crazy right now. It's too confusing. So for as a user, I need to like, okay, this project, right? Or let's say I have a particular project, or I have like four projects going on, and inside that project I have different stages, right? I can have let's say Bisco Wedding as a client. I am working on Bisco Wedding, and Bisco Wedding has a website, has branding, has some other things. Then we have a, let's say, makeup festival, something like that. And that makeup festival has its website, has its, something like that. So let's see what it said. I'll create a hierarchy project details view, project name view, Bisco Wedding, service type, as organization, stage listed navigation between dashboard and details view. So if it doesn't get it, I'm going to calm down and let it prompt. I'll just tell it on the home page, right? It should break it down into pages. So sometimes we have to be very direct with telling AI what to do. So let's sip on that coffee and see what it brings out. I think this one has a lot more cute view than the other one. So let's see. Let's fingers crossed. Let's see what it would do. Okay, still building it. We are still waiting for it to build what it's supposed to build for us. So this is what we have. So still patiently waiting for our feedback to be done. So this is the feedback I gave. So let's patiently wait. Okay, still doing its thing. Wow, this update seems to be like a very long one for it to be taking this time. It's done. Hmm. I think it did more than what we even asked for. Wow, okay. Okay. So now let's check one. For example, now let's view one. It has its dates, the overall progress. Now this makes sense. It still has show credentials. Wow. Okay. So this is we are taking it to the, like the mask, like how large a project could be. Like a client, one particular client can have more than one project running at the same time, right? Okay. Okay. So the flow now perfectly demonstrates the structure you wanted for service type on that stage. Good. So according to a visual accordion interface, can we make, so I think this is where we now start applying accordion. Should we leave it like this? I don't know what it calls this. So demo projects, total project 7. One plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Good. Okay. I need to know what is what. So it's calling this project in progress 2, completed 2, need attention 3, right? So I need to be very sure in progress. So completed. Okay. Hmm. This is not bad. This is not bad, but I think this is where UI comes in to make things more beautiful, right? So let's look at it from this place because to me, I feel like it's much, but I think it has everything I need though. I'm not gonna lie. It has everything I need. So I can see my first project. I can see my second project going on. Marketing, this is website. If we make it in a table, would the table be much better? The table would be much better than this. I'm thinking it. So I have a reverse button. So we can reverse our decision if we want to. So we have this last known good settings. I think it's somewhere here, right? So if we do something that is not, that we don't like, we can actually reverse it. So let's try to make this a table. I'm trying to see Or let's take some UI inspiration. Let's go to Dribble. Okay, so let's look for some inspiration. Let's say client dashboard. Okay, let's see what we can get out from this. So for everything I build a product requirement document. As much as I'm still doing Figma, in order for you to know your product very well, I have a product requirement document, right? So as you can see, I have my key questions. They are not filled up yet, but I like to have everything for each project I work on. As you can see, I have my goals, timeline, everything you get. So you can see that they are well arranged. If I have reports, like reports, if there are any reports, if there are any improvement from the user side, sorry, some data from my previous work is here. So if there are any links, lean canvas, very important, where the problem, I state the problem of the app, the solution. Normally I'm supposed to do this even before building the app, but because I already have a fair knowledge of what I want, so that's why I didn't even go through it. But by default, we are supposed to go all through this. So go to key metrics, channels, cost structure, competitors analysis, and yeah, I think I have a template. In one of my videos, if you check one of my videos, there's a template for you to browse through. So let us check some certain things. So this is a client dashboard. Let's just check one. Let's see. Nah. So most client dashboard will have task. So we have projects. Okay. So we have projects. This is much cleaner. Client projects dashboard. Let's put project. Let's just put the keywords projects. We have clients projects. Okay, so I'm seeing this as a table. Yeah, you could see table makes things very clean, right? So this person used table to represent everything. So table makes it very, as you know, but clients usually don't have much projects at the same time, but it's still very good to have table just in case that client is done with that project. And this, that client will not have one project. This will make the client want to stay more because he feels like, oh, he has invested, somehow invested in the whole thing. So I have an account somewhere, right? So I may want him to always, want to come back, right, for other projects. This is not a project. I think we're going to make it a table. Can we make our project table with, let's tell AI to do it. Thanks, just thanking it so that the AI overloads won't come for us at the end of the day. If there's anything like that. So we're going to say thanks. Can we make the project? Can we make the project? Can we make the project in a table format to make things look clean? Okay. So again, we wait to see what magic is going to do. But you can also look at it thinking, and you can stop it if you feel like it is, spiraling or you made a mistake. So that is one good thing, right? So we can always clean our corrections or our mistakes. Okay. So now I will convert the project display from cards. So if I use the language, I'm not using the design language, right? So it says the project display from cards to a clean table format using the available table components. This would provide better organization and easier scanning for project information. You guys can read the rest, right? So let's see what it does. Like again, let's sip on our coffee and wait for the AI magic. It made it a table. But if you want to see something much, much beautiful, um, okay, this is more pleasing to the eye. But I think we need to remove some things. So let's say we have hmm, okay. So since we have dates, time, and all these things, then I'm going to tell it to remove. I'm going to tell it to remove um, services from the project table. Remove services. Remove timeline. Remove services. Remove timeline. Remove services. Remove timeline. I think let's do that. So on the project table, the project table, remove services, remove services, remove timeline. No, I think I like timelines because on that timeline, I feel we can remove due dates. We can leave due dates, right? Due dates will be nice to have because with due dates, we can actually see when the project is going to expire because that is very, very important. Okay, so I'm going to say few things to correct, things to correct on the project, in the project table. So remove services, remove services, then on timeline. So on timeline, I want it to on timeline just leave only on timeline just leave only due dates. Then um Okay, so let's also remove, I don't know what it calls this. I don't know what it calls this. Mm, okay, I don't have the time to go through the chat. I need to find what it calls this. Um, and remove items. Remove the items. Hold wedding service. Okay, remove the items called. Let me just copy them. Wedding services. Um, Wedding services, startup launch, etc. So let's see what it's gonna do for us. Let's hit it. So I told you to remove services here because this is too long. Okay, category badges. Good, I've gotten the name. So category badges. So it added the category badges to this. So I think that is a good one. And the action. I want to make this action static, but I don't want to do that because it might create more problems. So let's just do what it's doing for now. All right. So if I tell you to remove something, it may go and do something beyond what I told it to do. Okay, we've gone almost an hour into this. Wow, how time flies. Okay, so it has updated. Let's see. I hope Figma is not billing me differently because we're gonna cry. Good. So we have a cleaner. So if I come down here, let's say it's this I am previewing. So it's going to reload because of we've already done something to it. So how many words is this? I want to make sure the description is shortened into so this is actually clean. Ah, man, this is clean. So I want the description to be shortened. I don't like this description. So project description should be shortened into like 10 words. Let's see. Let me manually count this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Let's say 20 characters. Abby, let's do that. Shorten project description into 20 characters. Shorten project project description into 20 characters. Sorry, all my spellings, I'm gonna correct them. So I just want to bring out my thought process. So now let's publish. Let's see. So the other things for us to still update, I still have my list. We've moved past accordion in a way, but I'm still gonna put it there just in case there's anything I want to convert to an accordion, right? So we have all our progresses. We don't need to, as a client, they don't have to delete their project, right? So their projects can stay here for as long as possible, right? So I don't think there needs to be all this icon. Instead of an icon on the project, it can be the projects or the companies. It can be a place, an image rather than icons. I prefer an image. So I think by doing that, we might give space to the table so you can see progress. Something very simple like as a client, if you're a client and a company or an agency presented this to you, even if it's not fine, it's not cute, man, this is presentable. Imagine even dark mode. I'm gonna try dark mode. I've not. Let's add it to our list. But dark mode usually comes in when the app is almost done, so that you just convert the app to have a dark mode. So, um, dark mode. Let's just put it there, just in case. So we're gonna put dark mode there. So I think it did it. Yay! 20 characters, brotherly. As you can see, the stuff is looking much cleaner, right? Like this is gonna load now. This is gonna load. Good. So as a client, if I come here, I say in progress. How many of my projects are in progress? I have two. Then pending, I have three. So pending feedback, um, incomplete. I put incomplete because there are some projects that if you're an agency, right, you can feel this because there's some project that never see the light of day, right? So yeah, I think this is nice. We have viewer action. So I think, yeah, in as much as it's not properly aligned, I think it's not bad. It's not bad. Okay, so now the next thing we need to do is replace icons on projects with image placeholder or with images of the project. Okay, let's copy that because we can actually screenshot and um, so if you're reasoning how I bring up this on my screen, right? If you're using a Windows laptop, just there's this PRT screen. Just tap on it. So if you're wondering how my screen grabbing things like that. So yeah. Um the next thing we are going to do is okay, what did I say we're going to do? Okay, so now replace I was to say replace icon with images of the projects. Okay, so I'm going to do this and I'm going to see how this turn out. So, and again, hope another prayer we are hoping is our admin is syncing to this. So this is our admin, right? I'm hoping clients, demo clients, right? Our admin is a crazy one. When we go to admin, I think from what we have, we are going to have a lot to do. So let me just log out and still go back to clients, right? So from our admin, we still have a lot to do. So imagine this is your own project, right? Imagine as a client, you build this and give it out to a client. So I'm going to try to see if we can build this and push it out. I know most agencies have their in-house client management system. So I'm going to see if we can build something like this and offer it as a package. I don't know if it makes sense, right? But I know this is one of my big problem, and especially reminders, especially client reminders. There are some things. There's a whole lot that is still missing here. We need notifications. So let me put that in. We still need above this. We need things like notifications. We still need reminders. So reminders is going to come under notifications, right? So okay, it has updated. Yeah. Oh, this is lovely. But it's used some crazy images. Some crazy images. Okay. Mm, make sure the images. Okay. Okay. I think I may just have to design something and give to it. Use. Okay. Let's say use a gray. Hmm, a gray. Okay. I need to open this so that I need to get a particular um roadmap. This is a topic coming very very soon. I don't want you guys to see it, but let's just say this is a snippet for those of you. So it's a content that's coming up very very soon. App project roadmap, so this should come in next week, so just stay tuned. You guys are not supposed to be seeing a lot of this, but no problem. They're not live stuff, so no biggie. So yeah, couple of projects that we are currently working on. I like the color of stuff that we used here. So I like this background color. Okay. Mm, okay, I want to do something. I want the placeholder. I want to be intentional with that placeholder. Yeah. Okay. So I want to try something. Image. Let me see if I can find assets, image, icon, image icon. Yeah, I know I have it somewhere. Insert. Okay, so I know I have it somewhere. I don't want to open a project I'm not supposed to open. So yeah, so I want to tell you to use this as a placeholder image, right? So we would have something like this. So this placed on a white background, how would that look like? Okay, cool, not bad. Use this as a place as the placeholder image. So let's position this. Let's see if they're positioned very well. Positioned very well. Control G, and let's export this as. Should I use this as an SVG? Yeah, let's use this as an SVG. Let's export as an SVG. But okay, no, it knows how to copy from Figma. Yeah, this is it. This is it. We can copy from Figma and paste. So I'll tell it use this as placeholder for the images. Okay, let's see if it does that for us. So you can design on Figma. Normally, we can actually design everything on Figma and tell it to copy that design, but I don't want to go. I'm just trying to use it to brainstorm, and you can tell the designer to improve this. This is my idea and I want you to improve this, right? The designer can do much much better than this. So I can even tell you to change the font used in this. So we can actually use a different font. I think it's using let me see, sans serif. I don't know what font is this. We can actually tell it to use another font, right? And we can actually change all those things, but I don't want to do that. Let's first of all have this updated first. Then once we have this updated first, we can you know yeah, so it's building our thing. So as if you can sip your coffee, while if you are sipping Gary, you can do that as well. So whatever you're sipping, keep sipping it. Let's wait for it update. Let's see if it did it. Yay! It did it. So, okay. I feel it's very shouty. Now I did it, I am feeling bad about it. Right? Okay, I feel it's very shouty. So the designer in me is now trying to see if I can change this. So, okay, let's make it a little bit gray. So more like an off-white gray. Sorry that this is almost wanting to blind your eye. So I don't want it to be so pronounced. I want it to be subtle. So I'm not using a color guide or anything, but I think this should work. So let's just tell it to update to this. So let's update it to this. So, this is actually testing it. Like if you just want to change a particular component in your app and you don't want it to, cause havoc, a lot of havoc, right? This is one way to go about it. Like, okay, change this component. I want you to change this component somewhere here and see if you can do it without, causing so much um, problem. You get? So let's see if we can get it done. So keep sipping or eating, depending on what you're currently doing. Let's see what this is going to give us. Okay, good. Okay, my eyes wasn't deceiving me because I was seriously feeling that thing was too shouty. And good, I think it actually filled my vibe. So and it's good to be a designer, right? As a designer, that's why they said most of the times apps that are coming out are now heavy. I think design heavy, right? So most designers are making decisions like Apple. Apple is highly designed. Yes, the developers, the persons to bring the phones to life and everything. Everybody plays their own part, but the idea comes from design, thinking, and everything. So sometimes you should give us kudos to we designers. We deserve it sometimes. So I think so. Let's just improve some little things. Let me see if I can point out this. I'm not enjoying this. Improve this on all of the projects. Let's tell it to improve it. I've not told you what to improve. Sometimes I'm sounding like clients that do come to us. Sometimes they just say things, largely out. I don't want to use any word. Like they just say things, right? And not going direct to the exact thing that they need to do. So I'm actually sounding like that. Like I'm telling it to, improve this. While what I mean is, I feel the length of this bar should be touching the end, right? But it's AI. Let's see what you can do. Improve this. Improve this on all the dashboard. Is it on all the dashboard? On all the projects. Projects. Let's see if it listens to our command. Right, so let's click on this to see if it listens to it. So I don't know what he wants to improve it though. Well, I want to be surprised. It's like I'm paying a UI guy to like, okay, improve this. I know you can do better. Jeez, sometimes that hot. Like I know, but sometimes it's good. Sometimes the client knows that it could be better, right? It could be better. So I think what it might do it might change the color. I'm having a feeling it wants to do that. Aha, not as much. You see, I think I like the design, but I wanted to retain the color. You see what I said? Improve it, and it did improve it. So you could see that the 100 got to the very end. Huh. I think we should leave it. I don't want to touch it yet. I don't want to touch it. I don't want to touch it. So just in case it could inspire me. So I want to check something. I think there's a spacing. This is now my design side coming out, which is not too good. I think there's much spacing. There needs to be enough spacing between progress bar and can I select two sides at the same time? No, I can't select more than one thing at the same time. Okay. So, okay, looking at everything from, I think the Englishman would say, from an holistic point of view, what do we need to change that matters? So now, as a client, I'm thinking as a client, right? I come into my project and I say, okay, for these people, I've worked on Bella Visa Wedding Tech, that's the name of the project. Sapori Italian restaurant, Quantum Solution branding, Fitness Tracking Pro app. So these are the projects that they've worked on with me. So I think the next thing is, I think this is more than the information you need to know. This is important. Incomplete. You can easily see incomplete because we are not doing something complex. We're doing something very simple for them to access. So I'm coming down to think this through. Do we need anything? Let's go to ChatGPT and see client communication, notification, email. I'm going to do that. Um, in progress, we have all that project management roles. Nah, this guy didn't give me anything. In progress, pending feedback. Hmm. Okay. Okay. So this is majorly tracking, right? So why I said it's majorly tracking is I don't want to go too far. Like, okay, this one that is saying pending feedback. Let me see. Pending feedback. I want to see this. I want to understand this first. So we have service breakdown. So we have branding. Branding has a stage currently at 50%. Brand identity. Like this is elaborate. Like coming down to look at this, this is crazily elaborate, right? Because imagine I'm working on this app and we are working on the brand guide and I tell it to do this. Then we are currently, and I'm able to add the stages, right? Then the website, the website too, web development, see credentials. Okay, so now total services two, total stages two. Hmm. Okay, overall progress. Hmm. So, for example, now if there is a brand guide sent, how do I view it? An option to an option to view documents, an option to view documents, and not just only view the document. A link to download whatever file. So I need a file section for each services. I need an option to view. Should we upload link? No, if we upload it, it wouldn't make sense because the system wouldn't be able to, you know, we would not want to be uploading things on the system. So we need an option to view website files. Okay, so on this page, overall progress. Okay, so now let me just screenshot, right? So now I screenshot, then I'm going to say, okay, I need I need a place. Okay, I need a place where I need a place where or I need a place if the admin have files to send. I need a place if admin. Okay, let me start with if admin sends files link to Dropbox or Google Drive. I need a link the client can see to access it. Okay, I need a link for the client to access it. Sorry, this access is wrong. Access its Dropbox, correct? Dropbox. But let's see what it can do. Let's see. Okay, so we can see our start date, domain. If domain is not available, it's not going to be here, right? So another thing again is for domain, if we are building another thing again, clients like to see is domain expiring dates. Like if you build a website for them, they like to see when that domain is expiring. That's another thing that they can see. So I would add a file sharing system where admins can send Dropbox, and this would include database. So it's going to this time around it's going to be working with the admin side, right? So it might take a while for it to update because it has to, make sure the admin can send files. Okay. Let's see what it does for us. So I think next correction is that we're going to remove this. I don't think we need this. this Bella Visa thingy. I just think back to dashboard is okay. Then we have because since we already have the title of the this thing, so this goes remove this. We're gonna remove it. So it's coding. It's building our page for us. So let's see what it does at the end of the day. So let's get back to sipping whatever we are sipping or eating whatever else we are eating as it built this for us. So I'm trying to see if there's anything that we are missing. Okay, just check it up on some things. So I think this is going to take time because of it's actually building some things from the back end. So I think it might, you start to update the back end because I feel by now we should have an elaborate back end by now. But even if it doesn't, no problem. So I'm building this based on experience we have with previous clients, past clients, and previous past the same thing, and current clients because they need more of this. What is this open console? Okay, I don't need that. So for programmers or guys that want to, I don't know if this. I know this is connected to Superbase, right? So, but because it told me to connect it to Superbase from the beginning, right? But I don't know if it did that. And all these updates, I'm just hoping it hasn't changed anything from our front end, right? Because that would be another headache. And I believe with every update, it's kind of improve itself. I think I saw something that it did, right? So I think it's improving itself, making corrections and some other things. So let's see how things go from here. Okay, so it has done that. We have to this one that it logged us out. I had a feeling that there might be a problem. It logged us out, so I felt like okay, something is wrong somewhere. So I think it's saying super base something 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 something. So so I don't even know if it has created any file on Superbase. I don't even know how to even check that. So that would be my own research. So I know I connected it, but I'm still going to check again to make sure. So it's still doing its thing, still building. I think it has made correction. So if we made any mistake, we can always go back to a better version, right? And take it back there. Okay. Broski only did two projects. So I think it is trying to be smart with itself. Oh, I think it updated the back end, and I am having the feelings it did that. So let's go to admin. Let's try admin. Okay. Only three projects here. Okay. Client John Smith and this person. This delete button is too just so scared I can mistakenly go and delete it. I think there would be an option rather than the button staring at me here because that would be crazy. Okay, so now let's log out. and log into clients back again. So now logging into clients, we can see this. Oh, I see no project found, non empty states. It's actually now doing empty state. So let's go back to view. Wow, it has cleaned this. If you guys saw what it had before, you would know that this is not what it had, right? It has cleaned. So that's why sometimes I do used to take screenshots. I do take screenshots to make sure it doesn't go past a particular stage. So completed web design service 3 of 3. So it cleaned the UI itself. This is not bad actually. It has two services here for this particular client. Let's go back. Then this. Okay. Oh man, man, can you guys see what this thing did? Like, it killed this. Like, file projects, access file, copy, Dropbox, brand identity package, website, wireframes. Broski, this is this is on another level. Man, this is crazy. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not just exaggerating. This is crazy. This is not even a confirmed UI. It overhauled itself. Like it changed itself. Like, okay, I know what this guy wants, and I want to do it like this. Like, man. So if there's any Photoshop assets, you can view it, copy link. You can have this, copy link. No, bro, this is on another level. This is on another level. This is on another level. Like, branding 3 out of 3. I'm not even mad that it changed this UI, because this is just telling you this is the stage that you are. There's nothing so much to do. Minimalistic UI, something much better. The project deadline, your website. Bro, man, this is incredible. Wow. I'm not even sure I even have anything to edit on this again. Like, okay, it has changed this back, but I'm not gonna touch it. I already know what I want from this. I already know what I want from this, so I don't want to touch it again. So due dates. So from the client side, let me know what I think we can do more. So I feel we can go to settings. From the client side, we can have a settings, see what settings can do, and I think that would be cool, because from this, in progress, pending, in progress, pending, completed, incomplete. Okay. Wow. Wow. Okay. It's just overhauled himself. Like, I need to be a better UI designer. Then it did something crazy. Okay. So what do we need to do here? Let's go back here. Accordion. We don't even need this accordion. Settings page, drop down on client profile. So I think we need a drop down on client's profile. So we need a drop down here to view settings. We need a drop down here to view client settings. Like, this is the simplest client management system we built. Like, I'm not gonna lie, this is lovely. This is lovely. Okay, so I think what we're gonna do next is, sorry about that if you had any loud sound. Hmm, I'm thinking, I'm trying to not to make this. I want to break. It did a lot. Like it finished work on this place like big time. I was complaining about the whole thing here. I don't know if it's hearing me, but if it does, well, not bad, not bad. Okay, now let's work on um. So we need to drop down here to view client settings. So we need, I think in particular to this, not okay. We need a drop down here to view client settings. Then we need to drop down here to view client settings and create all the required client settings and create all the required client settings. Sorry, could just write that myself. Okay, so hope this doesn't change. We have reverts, like hope it doesn't change our UI, but if there's any change in the whole thing, like this is crazy for AI is going crazy. Yeah, I know some persons may say, okay, this is taking their job, but to me, this makes things faster. So if I have a very good UI designer to be on brand, I would just say, okay, this is my brand identity, this is everything. I want you to update this dashboard, improve it, make it look better, right? Then if there is code, if this is a code base, I can, continue. I know, yes, some front end developer may not want to edit some certain things. I can either start from scratch. I have my idea here. But if the designer knows what to do, what idea to update, he or she can, update it from here. So it all depends on what the person wants to do, right? So it all depends. So this is actually very, very crazy. Like we are able to achieve this, view this, we have this is one project because there is no project files here, but we have project files here and you can access all your project files. Isn't this crazy? This is seriously crazy. Okay, so it's building this thing and we have to wait out to see what it builds for us. So we are trying to tell it to update this because we need to have a client needs to see settings, right? So we need to, I think sign out still looks okay here. Well, this is not a big deal dashboard. Let's see what it does. We're waiting for it. It's cooking. It's cooking the whole thing. So we have components. And I think we can also configure our font style. Like we want it to be this font, like that, like that. I think that is very, very possible. I don't know why my notifications. I think I should put this in on do not disturb. Do not disturb on. Yeah, so it should not be popping up my notifications. Okay, let's see what it has done and let's see if it has done it well for us. Oh, bravo. Oh no. This is, let me first of all check if this has not changed anything. Yeah, because if we change anything here, I'm going to bite it. So now it just did an account for us. Like, guys, is this not crazy? So we have an account, we have account here, and it's more like a pop-up. Okay, it's more like a pop-up, right? Can we make, okay, let's just fix it. I prefer it to be a page rather than a pop-up. But pop-up is not bad. I think ChatGPT, if I'm not mistaken, huh? ChatGPT is a pop-up. Not bad. Should we leave it like that? I think we should leave it like that. Should we? So I think it took from that inspiration. So wow, okay. It's actually using ChatGPT's builder mode. Okay, it's making some corrections, but I just hope it's not an overhaul correction. If not, I'm gonna bite it as if it's biteable. Okay, so let's see. So maybe I'm just gonna use the power of AI. Like, nah, bro. So I can upload if I want. If I'm petty, not petty. If I want to vet it more, I'll tell it to make this like notification, file sharing alert. This is notification. This is crazy. Like things, if you've not built an app before or you don't know so much, you don't even know this. I like this because, okay, so this has more. So my preference, if I want dark mode, okay, I did dark mode, but it's brought an error and I think it wants to do dark mode for me, right? So it's for that error to have popped up, meaning it's trying to do a dark mode for me. Let's see if it does a dark mode. If it does dark mode even without me requesting, that's gonna be crazy. So let's see. I noticed they fixed the mock error. I need to modify it. Indicate. Okay, so it's doing its own English thing, programming thing. So and this is the thing. The thing here is I'm not a programmer, right? But I'm a project manager who have built websites. I build websites. I build, but my team, right? We here at Cookart, we've done a lot of projects. So if you're a project manager, I have, let's say, if you say coding knowledge, my coding knowledge is 20 to 30%. I'll say 20% because I can't compare myself to a full code front end developer or a back end developer, right? But I can fully tell you the life cycle of an app, right? So for someone like us, this is actually very nice. It helps us with a whole lot, like a whole lot. We'll be able to do so much. And those of you that have stayed to this very time, I really, really appreciate, not gonna lie. You guys have really, really tried staying here. And this is we're already running almost 2 hours and we've been able to build something very nice. If you're in the beginning, what you saw and what it is now, right? It is totally different. We've totally revamped this. And you yourself, if you're an agency, your clients can have this. And the thing here is I'm even thinking outside let's say web development agency. So take for example now, you are even managing, let's say, someone, you can actually use this, a client management system, where so far it has to be digital management system where you have the clients have different things, you have your categories, you have all those many things. It's going to work, but for now I'm not saying I'm pushing that out yet. So yes, it has updated some certain things. So we updated settings. We had some problems with settings. Let's see if it changed it to dark mode. I'm not sure it's It's not gonna change to dark mode because we don't have a dark mode settings, right? So English, I don't want to do something that's so it has English and Spanish, Spanish, French, and Dutch, right? So we have security. So now tell me what else. This is the app almost done, right? But some few things are still, you know, need to be looked on. Like for example, now upload, and I think it's using ChatGPT. I'm not gonna lie. So think I don't know if there's anything I need to hide here. Okay, I don't have my accounts. I don't want to go deep down to reveal anything I'm not supposed to reveal. It gets so I think it's using this as an as its inspiration, right? Apart from this header stuff, and if I have a UI guy, I can just tell it to redesign this, right, and tell it to improve this. So this is very nice. So what else are we missing? If you're a client, I believe you would like this as a client dashboard. Meaning you are seeing your project. You're not just only seeing your project, you are seeing the status, you are seeing the due dates, and I think yes, we need notification. Yes, I think we need notification. So I think the next thing is we need notification. So I need to fix I think I need to know what it's called this so that we give it the proper name so we don't say things. It has done a lot of things. The client to the header. The header section need a notification bell. Okay, so we need a notification bell. Need a notification bell and drop down for incoming notifications for notifications. So let's let it do what it's supposed to do for notification bell on the header, right, and drop down for notification. So let's see what it's going to do for us. So I think let's look at our list again. We're not doing dark mode now. Dark mode will be then reminders. These reminders is key. I think reminders work best with emails, right? This is going to be an admin thing because the app needs to be sending out reminders to clients so that clients can always get themselves reminded. So model mock-up data database notification drop-down components. So it's reason first it's to reason the whole thing, create notification and notification bell to the header to both headers on both dashboards. So it's also thinking the admin. Remember, we are building on both accounts, right? So it's probably updating the admin at the same time. So differentiate notification styles for admins, and you see what I'm saying? And mark as read notification and unread badges counts. Okay. To me, I feel there is nothing. Imagine you this thing that I'm doing here by default from design. Let's just say we pay the designer that is not too good, is learning, right? That designer, it will take that designer a month, or let's say it's a month to come up with both admin and client dashboard. Then for a front-end developer to now, so this project is almost like a 3 month project that is done in less than 2 hours, in less than an hour and a half, right? And we are still fixing things, adding things, making sure. So imagine a QA comes in and like, okay, oh, I've tested the app, something is missing, or I tell the client, oh, if you're a client, what do you think is missing in this dashboard? The client comes in, sees this, and man, this is. I'm going to use this because it's a problem that I had that made me came up with this idea. So we can build it, update it, and make it much better than what we are seeing here. So we are waiting for it to add a notification bell. So we have settings, we have sign out to here. So it's building um, the notification for us. And this is crazy. So let's log out. Let's log out and see what happens. And let's go to the admin. Let's go to admin. So there's not a lot that have been done on the admin, right? We've not done so much on the admin. So I can't blame admin for not doing anything or not changing in any way. But once we are done with the client side, with the understanding from the client side, we can update the admin, right? So I think it's almost rounding up. And this is for how much? Let's say Figma one seat is $20, right? This is for $20. I'm not gonna lie, this is actually dope. And if this UI is exportable, and I think it's working with responsiveness as well, so we can actually check mobile responsiveness here. But I think it's loading. That is why. Okay. So once it's done, I thought it was rounding up. Okay, it's not rounding up. I thought it was rounding up. Still building. Okay, so we can actually check mobile responsiveness. Let me see if for mobile we would need to have we'll need to update it, but to me that's not even a problem. For mobile, we would have even some like a drop down to change between, you know, I'm not even concerned about mobile like that. Uh, Custom, let's okay. We can even change the settings for mobile to check which is which. We can have an iPhone, an Android, medium, compact. Okay, so I'm not concerned because majority of them will be going, web mode. So now it has done the notification bell. Beautiful. Say project updates, website testing and launch is now in progress for this. Then view all notifications. I don't think there's a view all notifications, right? If there's a view all notification, where does it go to? Right. So this is just mostly to read, like I've read it. You get so once it has marked all as read, you would not see the whole thing there. Like this is crazy. Deadline reminder. This is crazy, guys. AI is not here to play. It allows us to see into the future, right? Okay, so we've built this. I know most people be like, oh, I've built this, I want to export this, I want to have this, right? To me, I still feel you need a developer in as much to make things work perfectly because there's a lot of things that is going on the database side that you may not even have a jack idea out of. But if you're a developer, right, you probably know what to do, what to update, what to fix, update components, structures, and everything. So we have this. What do we update here? I think we are almost done with the client side. Let's check here. Notification, drop down profile, settings page. Whew, let me calm down as a client and I look at this dashboard very well. As a client, I come here and I want to see my project. I want to see where this project is. And for project that has shareable files, I can access all my files, Photoshop assets. I have my brand guide package, website wireframes. Nah, bro, this is this is bonkers. Like this is crazy. This is crazy. So I think we're kind of done with the client side. To me, I'm not seeing anything the clients need again. So I think we are done with the client dashboard. It has everything that we need from all projects. So we're not doing task. Client is not doing any tasks. So if there's any update, like, oh, there's an update, like let's say project updates, your website is now in progress. You just come here and say, okay, oh, feedback, client's feedback. So review it, and there'll be a communication because this is just like to organize, make things be organized, right? So there'll be a communication via email, via WhatsApp, and yeah, and I think there can be a link here to chat on WhatsApp. Yeah, I think they should be, right? For example, now you saw anything and there should be a link, there should be, stuff to chat on WhatsApp. Okay. I think yes, we should add a link. Take for example now you looked at everything, I'm like, and this guy I need to chat him up on WhatsApp. Boom, goes to WhatsApp, right? Or goes to Slack link. But the problem is the thing may not take them directly to that particular chat. So most of the times the feedback, hmm, okay. Let me look at it. A typical client, clients usually send feedback via picture. So if and most of them don't send it, there's no need because normally a client will usually you tell them to update a particular thing and they'll tell you it's updated, or you say send me a file, send me a link. So if we want, I don't think we need to expand dashboard. So this is like MVP 1. So MVP 2, we will be thinking about, okay, let's have the ability for clients to upload their feedbacks. It's not a bad thing, right? But it's gonna have to complicate the system a little bit. The system has to be complicated a little bit, right? To have upload system, and since the communication is not here, majority of the communication is either going to be done on Slack or done on what did they call it, on all those other communication places. I think that would be better. So you like, okay, guy, check your dashboard. I've uploaded all your files, all your links. Check it, and you can monitor your progress, and we'll update the progress, and you can see it. So overdue. Okay, I think we are done with this. So let us switch to the admin. I think we are done with this. Let us switch to admin. Okay, so now since we have a restore point, let's now tell it. So now on admin, so now update. Let me just put update admin based on the information we have on update admin based on the information we have on the client side. I am going all out on this, but because there'll be a lot that will change, right? There'll be a lot. So let's push that button and see what it does. Let's see what it does. So like we've been doing, take a cup of tea, or if you're drinking Zobo, or you're drinking anything, or if you're not drinking, you're just watching, just start drinking or eating. So because this might take a little while. So it said I will enhance the admin dashboard by creating comprehensive admin settings based on the client features. Enhance admin header with settings, user management, wide security. Okay, uh, let's see. So it's doing its thing as usual. So I think two persons are live, if I'm not mistaken. If you're enjoying this, I hope you are, right? So yeah, and you can feel free to ask any question. You can leave it in the chats and I'll be able to answer it. Or if you just want to just, you know, enjoy the view, keep enjoying it, right? Okay, so we are waiting for it to do its thing. Waiting for it to do its thing so we can have so we can see what it does. So I don't know. Let's see. Sometimes I wish I can read the code. Right, it's okay. Writing, super base, blah blah blah. Okay. Okay. So let's just wait for it to do its magic. Because there's a lot that has been done from the client side. I'm sorry, yes, from the client side, yes. So we need to see what would be done from the admin side using the information we have on the client side. I think it's rounding up. I know there's going to be some errors, but let's see. Okay, I think it's still fixing some other things. I don't know if YouTube have some license issues as this thing is doing its own thing. There'll just be a cool music playing in the background. I think maybe I'll just produce my own music, as if I do live almost every day, right? I'll just produce my own music as we are just cruising, waiting for the AI to do its own thing. We just be but I don't know. Like someone was saying, for every new tool or new invention, there is a price to pay upfront, right? So for AI, yes, I know some persons may be lazy to build things, right? So I think most of the inventions that have been existing, I think it's due to laziness. So I used to say laziness made people do things. Take for example now, the cars we drive, it's just a theory, right? So now for the cars we drive, people were tired to trek. So except you like to walk, you would have to get, you know, a car. And for long distance commutes and short distance whatnot. Okay, I like that loading screen. So this is our dashboard. Why is our dashboard saying domain expires? This domain expire is supposed to be on the client side. Well, we'll tell you to remove it. Tell it to remove it, but let's see. Now we have our projects and project not found. What you're looking for doesn't exist. Why does it not exist? Why is it telling me project not found? Why is it saying project not found doesn't exist? Why am I seeing? Why am I seeing this? So I was talking about laziness and which leads to invention, right? So I think our laziness leads to invention. Take for example now all the tools, mechanics, the more we try to do things faster, doesn't make us dumb, but actually make us more efficient. Yes, some persons may be lazy not to be able to do the original thing anymore, which is going to be a problem, right? But I think it's kind of helps some persons in different lights, right? So I feel everything has its own advantage and disadvantage if you see it that way. So yes, AI for creating art and all those things, it's picking knowledge from all those other creators, and sometimes it's not funny. It's not. It's not. That's people's work. For things like code, I don't even know what to even say about that, because you do you even know where that is even coming from? Like for example, now you have lots of code, and these are public knowledge, right? If it was just if they were not open source, I don't think all this ChatGPT will have a lot of copyright issues and suing and the rest. So like I was saying, it makes our life faster. So I think the smartest guys in the room are the ones that knows how to use current tools to help themselves. You get, sometimes you may not be too good to use the current tool, but you know you don't have to even use it in other fields. In your own field, how can you improve your day-to-day to life things to make your things more effective? Like a project manager like I am, how do I affect my life or make my life easy with AI? Doesn't mean I'll now make myself dumb or not, you know how do I put it, not learning the proper ways to do things, and making AI take over my brain. So I think we had some problems here. Good. So we fixed that, and as you can see on the client dashboard, we have the ability. So we have a lot to do on the admin. The admin has a lot. So first, it has updated itself. It's saying that it is using our current. So we fixed the error where we could not view, dashboard. So we need to know how to update stages. So we're going to be moving stage by stage, stage by stage. So now on the admin dashboard, I feel like we need to have um, we need to have clients, a flow. We need to have clients, and as we have clients, we would have the project under the clients. And as we have the project under the clients, we can now configure the project instead of having projects and add clients. Rather, project should be under clients. So let's update that. So this is why I said, we have to use our brain. Even if AI is doing the whole thing, we have to use our brain based on experience. So I feel on the admin dashboard, before I even make any change, let's see if it did not change our client side. Let's see, because that's very important. That is very important. uh Load fast. I don't know, it's taking time. Okay, let's check if nothing has changed, because I'll be so annoyed if anything changed. Good, nothing has changed. We are still good to go. We're still good to go. Lovely. So I used to come back to check this just in case it has done any crazy thing. So now on the admin dash board, I need you to the admin dashboard. I need you to. I feel on the admin dashboard. Okay, I feel on the admin dashboard. Project should be under projects. Should be under clients. Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no. Okay, so now I need to, no, no, no. Thank God I've not written this prompt. We need to have client management, right? I think I'm right because I think we need to have a menu. We need to have a menu, right? In as much as we are using these settings, we need to have a menu where we have client, project. Okay, let's ask ChatGPT. Let's ask it. What can we have on our sidebar? So I think this is where ChatGPT can help us. Projects, clients, timeline and reminder, project status. No, credential files, activity log. So now I don't think we only need we need the dashboard, we need projects, we need client management, meaning where we add and remove client, because without adding or removing a client, we cannot without adding and removing a client, we cannot add projects under them, right? So we have so um we need to make that. So I feel on admin we need to have a client, we need to have a sidebar that have this following menu. One, dashboard, dashboard. Two, client management, where we add and client management, they would understand it, it will understand that, but I want to be specific on then projects. Each each project will be under a client. Each project will be under a client for for better UX. Okay, this is a full class on how to build an app with Figma. That's crazy. Okay, the next thing we are going to do is okay, so the next thing we're going to do project. What did ChatGPT say we should add again? Clients, timelines, and reminder. We need these timelines and reminder. This thing here, we need. I don't think we need reminder. We don't need timelines. I don't want to scatter the system. Timeline and reminder. But we need to set reminders. This is very important. Timeline and reminders. Then no, credentials and files are inside. Logs, my profile. Do we need analytics? No, I don't need analytics for now. Then yeah, I think this is it. Let's have this following menu and pages. Okay, so let's see what it will do for us. At least we have a last known memory that we can always fall back to just in case there was any mistake we made. So we can always fall back to it. So yeah, just in case we made any mistake. Okay, so it's building the whole thing. And yeah, we're going to remove this, but this is the you know the smallest of the problems we may have, right? So this doesn't really matter, but we can always come back to amend this. But the dashboard needs to have a sidebar so that we can be able to add things in the future, make amends like staffing and so many other things. Staff management. I think we can have a staff management. Let's just add it. Let's just say admin. You have staff management. Just in case. So we have that. So let's see what it wrote. It said reasoning. After the reasoning, I'll create a sidebar navigation system to the admin that will request my answers, which will involve creating an admin layout component sidebar, featuring the existing dash admin as the main component, creating a new component for project organized by clients, timeline, and reminders, update the routing structure to handle different admin views. Not bad, not bad, but we still need to know what this means and how it's being translated, right? Let's see what this does for us. It's building, it's cooking. Is literally meaning cooking. It's really cooking for us. Let's see whether it's cooked something very nice or something very chaotic. So we are still checking to see what it's gonna do for us. So if you are online and watching this, thanks for staying around till this time. I think we've done an hour plus on this, and those of you that have been here in the beginning or those of you that are joining, I appreciate you very much, and thanks for staying with me and all the ranting I've been doing. Yep. So we are still here grinding very hard. Okay, so it's still building. Yeah, I've seen what I was looking for. So this was what I was looking for. I was looking for this. Oh, I've seen it. Okay, so it's still building. Let's wait for it to do its magic. Oh, sorry, don't have to see this. Um, yeah, okay, this is what we are doing. This is it. Still seriously building. Okay, still doing its thing. But I think this is going to take a while because it has to do a lot of rearrangements, redressing, and so many other things. Right. So I think it's almost done. Let's see the magic that was done. Surprise. Taking time to do its thing. Okay, so this is what it did. I love this. Nice. Man, this thing keeps busting my brain every. Where did it put this? Can't find where it did this. Okay, I'm gonna check this right so we would know what it did. So I'm gonna log. Let me just refresh here. I think it has refreshed. Okay, it's not. It has not refreshed yet. Okay, I think it has refreshed. So let's check if it did not change anything. That's the most important part. I don't want it to change anything. Okay, good. It hasn't changed anything here. Um, I want to I want to see if there's anything that has been done. I want to log out of this so that we can actually see sign out, admin, sign in. Okay, so when you click on this is crazy. Where does it go? Anyways, we'll fix it one after the other. So this is dashboard. This is all the projects. So we have this. Then we have client management. These are client management. These are projects. Oh wow, this is crazy. This is actually crazy because as you can see, what it did was it actually gave us this accordion. We have project, we can create new projects. I know that here is this is the monster of a account creation progress. That is something that we'll calm down and look at to create a new project. But another thing again we need to also look at is how to edit status of a particular project. So there's a lot on the dashboard that we might have to do, and we have to calm down to look into it. So I feel this is actually very nice. But I don't think what notification deadline approaching, domain expiring. This domain expiring is supposed to be for the front end, but that's not a problem for now. So for admin, we have to do some certain things, and we would fix some certain things. So we've gone almost 2 hours in this project, 2 hours plus. So once it's 3 hours, I may be rounding up the project. That should be like around 7-ish. So let's continue. So now I'm telling you to remove this because I don't think we need this. I still like this. I'm still liking this. Require attention. This should be moved. So I think we should tell it to move this. Okay, remove this and put it under required attention. Oh, it's even telling it to fix something. Okay, let's fix that issue. I didn't see that yet. So it's telling us to fix something. So once we fix that, we would come back to continue what we're doing. Currently waiting to see what it does. Okay, I think it's almost, I don't know, it was fixing. I think it had an error. I'll just tell it to move this to that particular page. I need to fix the React forwarder warning. Okay, so it's doing its thing. Okay, so I don't know what it fixed, but I know it fixed something. So I need to, let's first of all move this to re requires action on the dashboard. Move that's we are moving this. Move this to required to require attention. Move this to require attention on the dashboard. Oh, just correct the spellings. So quick. So now let's update this and see what it does for us. So um as it's doing its thing. Okay, let it first of all build that part, right? So I think we hit we hit an error there when we clicked on timeline. We hit an error there. So I think it may fix it. So let's first of all fix the existing problem that we had. I think we had a problem there. So we had a problem there. Let's see what it does first. Okay. So once that's fixed this, we would know what's up. So I think this problem is a good problem for us to have so that we see how Figma fixes this, because this problem isn't coming from, like, we already wrote a prompt before the problem came up. So let's see how it solves that, right? So apart from doing the whole thing. So I think at the end of the day, once it brings up this correction, it would notice this code and fix the issue. So but it's actually really taking time to do that. Okay, still building. Okay, I think it has done it because it's not supposed to be a big update, right? Yeah, fix me. So now I've seen that error. Man, AI is crazy. So it has noticed the error and it's now going to try to fix that error. So I think it searched itself for problem or any error in the system. Crazy, right? So we could not see anything. So I think we're now fixing the error. Okay, we wait and see. There's a lot of wait. Okay, so I think our dashboard is now looking sexy, right? So we have our attention, domain expiring, everything is here. Project, we can view all, it takes us to project, and we have this drop down so we can see this accordion. I think this thing is low-key listening to me, and if it's listening, not bad. Okay, so this thing here, I don't know what it's doing, but we're going to come visit it later because we have to be able to create. The only reasons why I have timeline and reminders is for us to be able to create reminders, right? So we have to create reminders. Domain renewal. That's crazy, not gonna lie. So we're going to fix all this. So and once we fix all this should be working. So dashboard, I don't think we have major problems on dashboard. Create projects. Okay, so I think we are the one that's going to be creating the project. So we select the client, description, start date, deadline, feedback period. Man, this is crazy. Like feedback period, when a client, I think general feedback period is going to be in days. But we have to come to really look at this feedback period because for each stage we need to have a feedback period, right? Say for example, now feedback period is supposed to be attached to each stage. So we have login credentials. So these login credentials, it is not actually login credentials. It is going to be um, login credentials to something. Then stages, we have, so how do we add stage? Project stage. So there's a lot that we have to calm down to think about this, and because we don't just, I think we may also have a pre-made template or something. So where we are going to split for new project, we may split it into pages. We have page one, step two, step three. So it's not going to be like everything is going to be in just one page, right? So to create a new page, a project, we need to know what type of project that is. So because we need to know, okay, what type of project is this? Is this design and planning? Is this apart from even stage, we need to know what type of I've forgotten how we splitted that thing. We have projects, we have the type of um service. So we need to have services. So I think it needs to be split into three stages. We have project, we have services, and we have the last one, that's the stages. So each of those, this thing, and each of those stage needs to have a feedback period, right? So that feedback period is going to be affected in the design. So there's a lot that we have to do here, because I think this is the bread and butter. This is the main process of the app. So if we can figure out how to, you know work on this, it's going to be nice. So this is clients temporal password. Man, this guy has created. I don't think we even have issues here. The only thing here, we might turn this to a table whereby we can edit, because it's not only going to be delete. You can tell it to edit. We can't just only have delete here. So yeah, we have to edit client details, and we have to have a table to see if the client have signed in, and if the client has not signed in. You get. So let me start writing those things down so that we don't forget, so that when I come out, we don't. So here we just write clients can edit. Okay, admin can edit client details. Admin can edit client details. So in less than, let's say in 3 hours, we've been able to build a full management system. That's crazy, yo. That's really crazy. So I did I know I did. Admin can edit client details. Then admin can, something I wanted us to do it. Okay, edit client details. Then admin. So client management system should have, client management management should have, I think what just that should have, should be a table, and not just only table. We need it to have login status of client login status, and also status for when, it's for account activation. Also account activation status, account activation status. Okay, so I think we need to have that client. Then what else do we need to have? Let's just put management. Then client management. And I think for now, this is what we're going to have when we are going to continue. If we're going to continue the series tomorrow, I will let you guys know. If we're going to continue the series tomorrow, we're going to definitely continue it on Saturday, right? But definitely, this is a series that would continue till we are done with this, like we are completely done with this. So this is a series that we will keep much alive, right, till it's done. So if we're not going to be live tomorrow, because tomorrow I'm going to be doing lots of recording for our upcoming videos on the channel, and yeah, so if I don't record in the morning, so I have to still do some client work, so I would record later in the evening. But definitely I'll definitely post it. If you are coming from WhatsApp, if you're coming from Instagram, if you are following us, kindly follow us so that if there is any, if you are going live, you get to see it even on Instagram so that you don't miss it on anywhere, right? So I'm going to be updating this on anywhere. So if you want to follow me on my WhatsApp, you can message me directly. Instagram, follow our channel, YouTube, subscribe so that you can know when I go online. So I've not added an email activation thingy because sometimes this online stuff is, you know, impromptu. It's not like fixed sometimes. Yeah. So yep. So we're going to come back and we're going to edit this. We're going to work on the project. We're going to work on the timeline. We're going to fix the admin and make sure the admin works very well. So, and those of you that have stayed to this time, I really appreciate. See you guys same time tomorrow on Saturday. Bye for now and see you.